keep coming back today because the news keeps breaking. And I don't know how accurate this is. This is coming from Mike Coppinger. He says sources tell the Athletic Andrew Ruiz isn't expected to sign off on the rematch in Saudi Arabia unless he's guaranteed a significantly higher purse than the approximately 9 million he's guaranteed to fight Anthony Joshua again. I don't know who these sources are. I don't know. Um, hey, what's up, G Funk 84? How you doing? I don't know what these sources are. I mean, Coppinger, it's sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong. I know he used to write for The Ring, and when he wrote for The Ring, we had Dougie Fisher, the editor of that magazine, on, and he said sometimes that Coppinger does jump the gun and put stuff out, and sometimes the sources he gets are not 100% accurate. But this is kind of telling because Andrew Ruiz has been challenging this contract all the way so far in trying to negotiate this rematch. I mean, it's been a long, drawn out process. And again, originally I thought it was going to be the money, and I think I was wrong. But now it seems as though it may just be the money and not only the location. And Ruiz did sign the contract. But I think when Ruiz signed the contract, um, again, I can't get in his head, but I think he overexceeded his own expectations. Maybe he thought he was going to win the fight, but maybe he didn't think he was going to win it that easily, and maybe he didn't think he was going to win it in that emphatic fashion. So maybe because he won it in such an emphatic fashion, the way he dominated and knocked out Anthony Joshua, maybe based off of his performance, he thinks he deserves more than what he signed for. And I could see where he's coming from because he overachieved and he put on a spectacular performance. So it wasn't like he just won a decision in a competitive fight. He blew Anthony Joshua out of there, knocked him out, and dominated him. And the fight was an awesome fight. So maybe he feels as though he should be rewarded for that. And again, the contract was one sided. And I don't want to keep bringing it up, the unconscionable contract term, but who knows what's going to happen? A lot of people are now saying they have a feeling that this fight's not going to happen. And also, Mike Cobb just said that there were two other networks trying to acquire the broadcasting rights for this fight. And he also goes on to say it would be shocking to see Ruiz Joshua too land on another platform, given her relationship with the zone. But once again, you have to question that relationship. You have to question the relationship the zone has with Golden Boy and Canelo, and you have to question the relationship they have with the zone as well, because I talked about this earlier. They wanted certain things to happen. They wanted this fight in the United States. They wanted it back in New York. They wanted it back in New York badly. And Hearn didn't deliver it to them. He didn't deliver it to them in New York. So who knows if there's friction going on right now between Hearn and DAZN. Again, you have this guy, John Skipper. Uh, I hate to talk shit about people and throw salt in the wound or whatever, but the guy was a failure at ESPN. He fucked up. He fucked up over at ESPN. Had his share of problems over there. Okay? He had his share of problems over there. And in my opinion, if I was over at the zone, I never would have hired the guy given his background and given his problems. And now we're starting to see some of the mishaps already. Like, you signed all these deals, you got all these deals signed, and you have like no control over what the fighter is going to do. Like the fighter can do whatever they want, basically. It's like you signed Canelo, but you didn't specify and put in the contract that you were expecting a third Golovkin fight out of him if he signed the contract. I know everyone assumed that was going to happen, but because it wasn't put in the contract, now you don't have it. And now you have this deal. You have this deal with Eddie Hearn. You're giving Eddie Hearn upwards of $200 million a year. to put on shows that are going to be broadcast on your platform, but he wants to put the biggest fight of the year in Saudi Arabia instead of the United States, which was the plan all along for DAZN. As I said, I hate to keep repeating myself, but I have to for the sake of argument. DAZN's plan was to make a splash here in the United States and continue to get subscribers here, and that was the goal. That was the goal. And how are you going to do that if you're putting a fight in fucking Saudi Arabia instead of fucking the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden? So is DAZN and Eddie Hearn on the same page? I continue to ask that question. So, this is just a big mess here. This is just a big mess. So now we don't know if this fight's going to happen. And if Hearn did announce this fight without having a signed contract from Andy Ruiz, then that'll be another fuck up on his part as well, jumping the gun, announcing a fight, saying it's finalized when reportedly Andy Ruiz had not signed the contract. So this is going to continue to be a soap opera. Eddie Hearn had assured everybody that they were in control of the situation, but they're not. But they're not. They're not. Because if they were, this fight would already be in the UK, be signed for the UK, it would be already signed to be in Cardiff. And it would, and then also, we would have an official announcement. We would have had a couple of press conferences already by now announcing the fight, but none of these things have happened. And that's because Andrew Ruiz is playing hardball here, and his team are challenging the contract. Whether or not you think that's right or not, doesn't matter. It's happening. It's happening. And there's a chance that this fight can't happen. I honestly don't understand why they just couldn't put it back at the Madison Square Garden like Joshua originally said he wanted to do. Why did he allow himself to get talked out of that? It just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Yeah, I don't like Eddie Hearn. I mean, anyone, and if you don't, and if you do like Eddie Hearn, after all the bullshit that he pulls, then I have to question your integrity as a human being. To be honest with you, I'll openly admit, yeah, I don't like the way Eddie Hearn does business. I don't. I'm being honest. Thank you, Alexander Wilson. He says, how could Ruiz not sign the contract when the rematch stipulations were in the original contract that he signed for AJ in June, huh? Well, you have to ask Andrew Ruiz that. Apparently, he signed a contract that he doesn't want to go through with. Raphael, I've went over this several times, brother. People sign contracts every day, and the courtrooms across the world are filled with people who are being sued for breach of contract. This happens, like, you guys act like just because you signed a contract, like how many times have people been sued in the sport of boxing because of breach of contract? You sign a contract, and the situation has changed, circumstances change, and then people don't want to honor contracts. That's the thing. This happens every day. Like, you guys are acting like, oh, this is like, have you been in the real world? Have you ever been to court? Have you ever been sued? I've been sued before. I've been taken to court a few times. I went to court a few times. I mean, fucking people sign contracts all the time. Look at unions and workers, how they get involved in contracts, and then they, a lot of times the union wants wants to go back on what they said that they were going to give the workers, and then the workers go on strike. I mean, this shit happens every fucking day. It's not new. I mean, you guys act like this was like a beautiful contract. I mean, again, Raphael, the reason why he's challenging this is because he won in such impressive fashion. He won in such emphatic fashion. Like he dominated the fight and he knocked the guy out. Maybe he didn't even, like I said, he probably didn't expect that he would win this easily. So now he wants to be rewarded for his efforts. I mean, you have to admit it's a bullshit contract that he signed. It's again, it's unprecedented in the history of the sport that a guy wins the heavyweight title and he has to make all these concessions in the rematch. It's never happened before. When Tyson lost to Holyfield and they had a rematch, Holyfield got paid, got like $30 million. Buster Douglas got $25 million after he beat Mike Tyson to fight Evander Holyfield. And this is like fucking decades ago, bro. You guys are acting like this was like such a great contract that he signed. He signed the contract just so he can get the fight. And if you think that he should only make, if you think that it's fair that he's only going to get $9 million in the rematch, well, Buster Douglas got $25 million after he beat Mike Tyson to fight Evander Holyfield. I don't get it. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, and who dictates where the rematch is going to be after they lose the fight? This guy was going to sign. This guy would sign his life away just to get the fight. He wanted the fight. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, after what he did, okay, but after what? Again, he would have signed. He would have signed anything. He would have signed anything. You know, people sign contracts all the time. Bernard Hopkins signed a managerial contract with Lou DiBella. He stiffed him. Lou DiBella sued him. Lou DiBella won, but it took years to get his money. Fucking went on for years before he got his money. I mean, people break contracts all the time. Promoters fuck over fighters all the time. They fuck over fighters all the time, bro. You know? I'm sure, I mean, Eddie Hearn's fucking screwed people before several times. You know? I just think it's bullshit. The guy, I mean, I understand the guy signed a contract, but let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. I mean, Eddie Hearn already conceded to not having the fight. They wanted it was in the contract that they could choose where the fight was going to be. Okay. Ruiz said, "I'm not going to the UK." Eddie Hearn said, "If it was up to me, the fight would be in Cardiff." Anthony Joshua originally wanted the fight to go back to New York. Then he was talked out of it by Eddie Hearn. Now he wanted the fight in Cardiff. So if they can't enforce that part of the contract, then what makes you think they're going to be able to enforce this part of the contract too? If they want the fight and they want the titles back, they're going to have to make some concessions too. Nobody gets 100% of what they want in any negotiation, Raphael, or anyone out there who thinks that. You cannot get 100% of what you want. Even if you are the A side, even if you are the house promoter, even if you are the named fighter, you still have to make some sort of concessions. When Floyd Mayweather didn't allow Maidana to wear the gloves that he wanted to wear, he ended up paying Maidana to wear the gloves that he wanted him to wear. So Maidana got paid a substantial amount of money to wear the gloves that Floyd Mayweather wanted him to wear. So again, it doesn't matter all the time if you're the A side and this and that. because the show still has to go on, and the show can't go on with just one fighter. That's the thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Ruiz didn't sign the contract. I'm not saying he didn't sign the contract, but I am saying he's challenging it. I am saying he's challenging. Can the moderators do their jobs and get rid of this guy? I'm trying to do the show. I give you guys wrenches, and I need someone to take this guy out of here, please. I'm trying to do the show, and I don't want to keep stopping and having to block people. Get this Fruit Loop out of my chat, please, somebody. Does anyone have a wrench in it? Is there any moderators in the chat right now? For Christ's sakes. I mean, I'm trying to do the show, and then I got to stop and get this freaking Fruit Loop out of my chat. You guys want to block everyone for stupid shit, but get rid of this guy now. Fucking goofball. Well, none of you guys. I'll give you a wrench, Raphael. There you go. You got one. I need someone from the UK to have a wrench. None of the people from the UK who watch the show or jump in the chat. I mean, you've stayed up till the wee hours of the morning to watch this podcast, so you'll get a wrench. JC, I'll give you one, but don't go nuts with it, JC. Don't go nuts with it, please. Guys, do your job now, please. No, Ralphie's cool, man. Ralphie's cool. Thank you, Raphael. All right, so that's the thing, guys. I understand he signed the contract, but I already said that this was not going to be cut and dry because you can't have everything your way. You're never ever going to get 100%. He's still in there, guys. Can someone just block him out of there? Someone get him out of there. You guys got wrenches now. Get this guy out of here, please. Just block him out completely. Get rid of this guy, for Christ's sakes. I don't want any fucking nutballs in my chat right now. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that. So that's the thing. So we don't know if the DAZN is going to even broadcast this fight. We don't even know. We don't even know. Like, this is like turning into a big, big, big fucking soap opera. All they had to do is just bring the fight back to Madison Square Garden, man. That's where it would have been the biggest event. Who the fuck wants to watch a fight with 6,000 fucking people who aren't even boxing fans, really? They're just fucking like dignitaries of a country. Who wants to fucking watch that? I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. It makes no fucking sense. It makes zero fucking sense. You know, and if the DAZN really wants this fight to go on, I mean, it kind of looks like Eddie Hearn is just circumventing the DAZN, just like he circumvented Sky. He stepped over Sky and went to the DAZN. Now he's stepping over the DAZN and dealing with the Saudi Arabian people. So like Eddie is just like fucking burning bridges left and right now. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's about, bro. It's always about the passion, kid. That's how we do it over here, man. You know, we're not monotone over here. We're amped up here, baby. We're not on fucking Dramamine over here, man. We're not on fucking Ritalin over here. We're not on fucking antidepressants over here. We're high energy, bro. That's how we do it. Y'all know that when you come here. You're not gonna get the fluff and the fucking little fucking BS bull. You get the fucking fire when you come here, baby. That's what you want, or you wouldn't be here, bro. This is what you came for. You came for the fire. You came for the truth. You came for the passion. That's what it's about, man. Yeah, whatever happened to conquering America? All right, thank you, Alexander Wilson. Saudi Arabia is giving WWE $20 million a year for 2 shows, and they have like 50,000 in attendance for those events. Yeah. I that's what I hear. That's what I hear. But how many boxing events have they put on? How many big money boxing events have they put on? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm curious to see. That's what I'm curious to see. I don't know. It's like they were supposed to come over here and conquer America. This was supposed to be their coming out party. This was supposed to be their showcase fight. Why did they give up why did they give up so easily? Why did they give up so easily on their goal? That's what I want to know. It's not really a good look, man. That's exactly right, low blow champ. He should want to come back here and dominate. I agree 110%. That's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was him. That's what I would do if I was him. I would try to fucking come right back here and finish what I started. Why not? Why not? UK fans aren't happy about it going to Saudi either. I don't think you guys should be. Makes no sense. And I understand, hey, I have no problem with the UK fans wanting the fight to go to Cardiff. I have no problem with that. They should want to see the fight in prime time. I have no problem with you guys wanting it in Cardiff. I can't criticize you for saying that. But what I will say is it's a bigger fight over in the United States. I know there's more money over the United States. Eddie Hearn told you that. But fuck the money. You guys are fans. You want to watch the fight in prime time. Listen, I support you guys' opinion on that. 110%. I have no problem. If I was living in the UK right now, I would want the fight in Cardiff too. This is why I can be objective. This is why I can be objective. But if I'm Eddie Hearn and I have a partnership with the DAZN, and my goal was to make a splash in America and have the American takeover and have my big time my flagship fighter was supposed to be the engineer in that. He was supposed to be the catalyst in that. He was the main starring player in that. Then that's if I'm Eddie Hearn, that's what I would have done. I would have brought the fight back to New York and I say, hey, let's finish what we started. But by going back to the UK, makes it look like I've given up. I've given up. I've given up. I don't know if I can win in the United States. That's the thing. That's the thing. It doesn't. It just, in my opinion, it's a bad look. But when you guys say you want the fight to be in Cardiff, fuck, why not? It's better for you. It's better for you. I have that. I feel you. I get it. But from an objective standpoint, looking at it objectively, it really doesn't make sense from a business standpoint for them to have the fight. Okay, Lennox forced Rockman to do the rematch, and Rockman didn't want to do it. Also, Gross, Calvin Smith, WBSS final was in Saudi Arabia. That's fine. That's fine. But how's the WBSS doing right now? What's going on with the WBSS right now? Fighters are pulling out of that left and right. They're not even paying fighters, are they? So they don't really have a good track record, the WBSS. And how many boxing matches were supposedly supposed to be in Saudi Arabia that fell through? I mean, WWE's doing great. That's fine. But what have they done for boxing? That's what I want to know. What's their track record in the sport of boxing? Yeah, I mean, Raphael, I'm not going to argue that point. I mean, if you live in the UK, you should want to fight in the UK. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't. I don't. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna say. I am not gonna criticize you guys for wanting to fight in the UK. But you do have to realize that the fight is a bigger money fight in the United States. But that doesn't mean. But again, as a fan, that doesn't mean anything to you guys. You shouldn't have to. Again, I commend you guys for staying up until 5 in the morning, sometimes 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, not going to bed. I understand your pain. I understand your pain. We got it too good over here. We're spoiled. We're spoiled. We're used to getting all the big money fights. We've never had to stay up to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Last time I stayed up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning was I watched Floyd Mayweather fight tension. So I give you guys credit. I give you credit. I've said it time and time again. You guys think I just want to bash you all the time and fight with you. I don't want to fight with you. I don't have a problem with you guys. My problem is you guys don't, you fucking worship this guy Hearn, who's a fucking snake. I have no problem with you supporting Joshua, but why are you fucking cheerleading for Hearn? Why are you cheerleading for Hearn? He took all of your fights and brought them to the United States. And now you can't watch all the fighters you used to watch in prime time. You can't watch them anymore. And now all of a sudden, he wants to bring this fight back to the fucking UK. It just doesn't make sense from a financial standpoint and from what the original goal was. That's the thing. It just, I mean, I just find we don't cheerlead for Bob Arum. We don't cheerlead for Oscar De La Hoya. We criticize our promoters. We don't put our promoters on a pedestal. We root for the fighters over here, not the promoters. That's what I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I've never seen anything like this before, where people root for the promoter, where the promoter's the hero instead of the fighter. Like the promoter's the one taking the shots. This guy's a fucking bullshit artist from the word go. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So what's the next big fight in the UK? That's a great question, sweet SW33T Science. That's a great question. What is the next big fight in the UK? Hey, listen. Everybody's got their, everyone's biased. Everyone's got their loyalties. I get it. I get it. I'm biased sometimes too, but yeah, the Loma, that's right. The Loma, was it Luke Campbell? Yeah, Luke Campbell, right? Yeah. It's a pretty good fight. PBC promoter, Tom Brown does a lot of shows for PBC. Mayweather Promotions do PBC shows. Lou DiBella used to, he stopped doing them. Who's the other? There's another guy there. That's a good fight. I think Campbell will hang in there. I mean, I think he'll make a good account of himself. I like Lou Campbell. Yeah, but Campbell went tooth and nail with Linares. Those are good fights. Guys, he's back, please. Get him out of there. Don't time him out. Get him out completely. Go to his channel and block him. Go to channel and block this dude. Boom. Give you guys wrenches. Do your job. Come on. There we go. Need this fucking guy in the chat. This guy's aggravating me, man. Oh, Jesus. All right. Yeah, so I mean, it's fucking crazy, guys. This whole thing turned into a big dramatic soap opera, man. That's the thing. Big dramatic soap opera. And I'm dying to see how this thing fucking plays out in the end. I really am. I'm dying to see how this thing plays out in the end. You know? That's right, Tone. Tone, you're right, my man. Oh man. All right, guys. I'm about to blast out of here. I gotta do a few more things tonight. Get some errands done before I enjoy this nice, beautiful Saturday night here in Boston, Massachusetts, or Revere, Massachusetts, to make it 100% clear. But yeah, I'm gonna blast out of here, guys. Always thank you for joining me here in the chat. Thank you for your super chats. Keep the super chats coming. You know that they are very, very well received here, and they're very appreciated. Are you guys excited for this Virgil Ortiz fight tonight? It's a showcase fight, right? It's not. It's not going to be a. It's not going to be like a competitive fight. Are you guys really excited about that? Guys, looking forward to that? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm not really looking forward to it. Yeah, smash that like button. Thank you so much, Raphael. Thank you. Share the video, like, subscribe. All right, guys, I'm going to be heading out of here. Thank you once again, and I will talk to you all soon. Maybe I'll do that live cast tonight. I don't know, but it's kind of a squash match. I don't think it's going to be that long. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, thank you so much. Talk to you all soon. Peace. Have a great day. Thank you so much.